Akhmedova from Tajikistan today with us, sharing her experience engaging girls in technology over the past 3 years. So, pre COVID and 2 years of COVID, and absolutely fabulous work keeping so many girls engaged in learning. So, a little bit about Mutriba. She is a Tech Woman Fellow from 2015, and she's the chapter ambassador and started Technovation in Tajikistan. She works as the Chief Information Security Officer at IMON International and the project coordinator for Time for Women at ICT Center. So, welcome, Mutriba. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you so much for such introducing me, and I'm really happy to be here. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, as I was saying, when we were looking at the results for 2020, the impact of 2020, we were just so impressed that Tajikistan had so many girls finish the full Technovation program. It's a very long program, and so we were very curious to know how you did this. So tell us more about how you ran Technovation last year, but also how COVID has been for you and what this the challenge was like.
Um, okay, thank you for this question. The COVID had affected many fields, and it was really unexpected for all of us. It was really stressful, and since the systems are connected to each other, it affected so many fields, including the education, and it was especially difficult for the schools and the school children to adapt to that new condition, since at this age children are especially sensitive to the changes, and every new thing is really stress for them, because they have to exit from their comfort zones, yeah, from their everyday routine that they get used before. And each country has its own way out from the situation, and it was really difficult for developing countries like ours, since nothing was ready to transform to fully online. Not the infrastructure, not the system in place, not the people, not the student themselves. And even the schools and universities just closed their doors, and there was no a unique
This
approach.
was in 2020, right? 2019, 20.
It was 2020 when the first case of COVID in
Mhm.
April was found, and it was really hard for the school children to adapt to these new things, and the schools tried to work on their own strategies. Some schools just put their final grades from using the latest grades of the students. Some schools use somehow on to make online, they send a task to the students, they perform on their own, using with the help of the parents, and it was really stressful. And the next stress was about to understand the past lessons that were missed from April to May for the schools that were closed. And it was really hard for the students to make to be aligned with the other students. For the Technovation program, it was also we had a challenge to run the program for the second season. We launched it on pre-COVID. It was 19, but it was going smoothly, and thankfully, we had 100% submissions for our 11 teams during the first season. For the second season, it was the start of the second season. We use online channels to spread the information, and we use the to involve our alumni, our participants, and our mentors of the first season to spread the information, and it helps us really to spread the information. And we could expand our girls, the number of the girls, from 50 to 300 for the second.
Wow.
Yeah, we expand the regions, we increase the number of girls, we increase the number of mentors, and for now, I'm really proud that for the third season we registered 600 girls. And
Wow,
they,
despite COVID.
yeah, and we have 36 submissions for the this third season, and it makes me really proud. So, which strategies we used in this challenging time? We engaged our girls in a channel in online Telegram groups, and
Mm.
here they share the experiences, the issues, and they share knowledge with each other. And such a group we also created for the mentors. Um, and also the thing I think that really helped to achieve the good result, we make a activity rating table
Mhm.
that created a competitive spirit between the teams, and we assign a weekly task to the teams, so they do on time and be ready to the submission, and the teams try to
So did you manage all of that?
uh,
The point assignment, the tasks?
yeah, I'm very thankful to our team of ambassadors and great support of the mentors, because we think like a whole team.
Mm.
Don't divide for example, to the regions or to the girls or mentors.
How many ambassadors and mentors did were working with you?
So far, we have three club ambassadors and two chapter ambassadors, including me, and about 100 mentors are helping
Mm.
to run the program. And
For
I
600 girls?
yeah,
Wow.
I love to repeat that all the results are thanks to the hard work of our
Mm.
team and the mentors.
But also leadership, right? Like I feel this is like a real testament to a good leader, that you're able to motivate people to actually do this, and or not over like 1 week, but over 3 months. And despite COVID, like you're describing the hard challenges that students face. So how did you motivate them to do Technovation on top of school?
Yeah, we also, um, along with the girls, we are we try to develop our mentors. We
Mm.
provide a series of online, for example, to develop the soft skills and some more knowledge we are giving to them. We provide informational meetings and everything they ask and request for us that can really help them. And Technovation also helped us to develop the culture of mentorship,
Mm.
culture of volunteering in our country.
Mm.
And I think that people understand now that more you give, more you gain.
Mhm.
And I think that it's Technovation makes a good. It has a lot of advantages for students and the mentors themselves. And I'm really happy. I was really happy to see this season the girls alumni as mentors.
Mm.
And I think this is also the good impact of the program.
Yeah, that's the best outcome you can hope for, right? That the girls come back as leaders. Um, so tell us what surprised you.
Uh, to be short, pandemic lessons. I
Mm.
was convinced again that we can adapt to new conditions due to the challenges. I mean,
Yeah.
the COVID was the catalyst in the use of technologies. Many companies began to work remotely, actively, or many banks switched to provide their remote services very actively, and businesses started to promote the business online. They created chatbots, telegram bots to sell their products, and the very good thing that surprised me, there was a, a lot of job IT jobs. Uh,
Mm.
the demand for IT job market increasing, and we see job vacancies that we never had before, because there is a demand, and the people get used to the new things, and they prefer study online, to buy online, to order, yeah,
It's
online,
more convenient. It's
yeah,
good.
and
It's good.
even communicating online.
Yeah, you don't have to fly, which is good.
Yeah.
Um, so if there was a new club ambassador, and I love what you say about the culture of volunteering. I think it's a new value system that I think the world needs, right? Like where you think not about yourself, whether you're happy, but what others need, right? Like shifting the focus to helping others, because that's how we're going to get out of this situation, right? So um I'm curious, what would be your advice for someone who is trying to set up an infrastructure like you are in their city or in their area?
Trying to what? Can you repeat it?
Trying to set up like a club and a program that engages girls, like a Technovation program in their region. What would be your advice to them? Um,
Okay, as I mentioned, they have to work together to put the joint efforts, and don't think that it's like some chapter region. I mean, the club ambassador is working just with her region, and the other chapter is working just with that region. I think there should be a teamwork, and they
mm,
have to work together to make strategies, and each week we discuss the future strategies, how to handle the project well, and we think like we see to the Technovation like project, our own project.
mm,
We don't think like it's volunteering, or it has a good impact for us, for the mentors, and we should explain it to the mentors, and to that people, that it
mhm.
really makes an impact, I think.
How many hours did you spend a week?
In a week, about maybe 3 hours,
Hmm.
and including our discussions, online meetings with our ambassadors, and making a strategy of future.
That's way more efficient than I mentored a couple of teams, and I think I was very impressed with your project management. So, and delegation and building a team, right? Like you cannot do it yourself. So I think I'm going to take that lesson for myself. So what is your advice for education organizations as they think for 2022, but also, as you said, like many students, they don't have that infrastructure to go online. They haven't learned at the same rate as others, and especially girls from low income communities. So these are the most vulnerable groups. So what should we be thinking about so that we provide them with the support they need?
Okay, the first thing, I think, the cooperation between the educational institution and the government, I mean the Ministry of Education.
Mm,
They have to develop the future strategy to analyze everything they have in hand and everything they can do together. And the strategy should think about how different are the regions in
mm,
the country, what connectivity they have, what is available, because we can have rural areas with no connections, yeah, with no connectivity, or we have urban that can be, for example, can function online. And they have to put the joint efforts, and the government and the educational organization, and in case of transforming to the online classes, they it's important to have a system ready in place, because online does not mean just to send the links of the video,
yeah.
like, with no interaction. Students should have access to the full functioning system, like a learning management system containing
Mm,
all the educational materials, for example, online assignments, and the format should be like in an interesting way, especially for the children, to engage them, like in educational games maybe, uh, and mm, getting feedbacks also is
Mm.
important. And
How
also
did you get feedback from the girls? What? How did you set that up?
uh, we interact in the group chats,
Mm.
and I always ask them what they need.
Mm.
uh, so far about the success, not only in the program. It's for me it's very interesting when they represent themselves in other, for example, competitions or hackathons, and they are doing, and it the program, it's like a start to make them um, further
Keep going. Keep
keep
going.
growing,
You
develop.
know, that's exactly right. And we did a alumni survey last year, and we found that 50% of Technovation participants keep doing like you're saying, like making change in their communities, participating, talking, influencing, like leaders, trying to improve things, and that makes us so proud, right? Like, it means you've sown a seed.
And yeah, also I would suggest one strategy, like a rotation strategy that is being
Mm,
in some companies. It's about changing the roles and responsibilities of the employees in the in case
mm,
of companies. Oh, and in education, it can be considered like a rotation in the classes, a rotation of the students in the classes. With this strategy, we can combine the use of traditional and online methods, because I'm sure that we will continue to keep working in online, but we cannot further develop ourselves without traditional classes.
yeah,
And it should be combined. For example, they can divide the classes to the three subclasses. The first group can develop themselves working with the teacher, getting the
mm,
feedback from the teacher in traditional. The second just in online, uh, and getting back from the computer feedback, and making a test, yeah, assignments with the computer. And the third, like project teamwork.
yeah,
I'm really I like the approach of the Technovation, because during the teamwork, they can get the feedbacks from each other,
yeah,
and it is like it really helps to develop themselves, and then rotate these classes, not only working in just one of them,
yeah.
rotate between them. And I think this strategy can be used in for better.
Yeah, I love that, like different modes of learning, and learning about yourself, learning the content, but then learning to work with others as well. So tell us one story that inspired you last year.
Okay, I'm always happy with the success stories of our girls alumni, and I'm very pleased to hear when they say that we were able to inspire them. I know alumni who, after finishing the schools, choose the IT majors and says that it was thanks to the program. It makes
Mm,
me proud. And recently, one of the alumni who whose team was a semifinalist last year. She said that after the Technovation program, she started to learn Python, the
mm.
programming language, and she
What
participated.
was her app? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was Madat.
What's
Uh,
it about?
it was about to helping the people like injuries,
Mm,
to make to give the consultation in
mm,
what to do if you have the problems, and like a medical, the first aid, about this
mm,
Madat. And Madat means like first aid, from
mm.
Tajik to English.
You know, in Hindi, there is
Ma-
a word madat means help.
really?
Yes.
We have many
that's
similar words, I think, from Hindi to Tajik.
that's cool.
Yeah, and she said that she recently she participated in the programming Olympiad, Republican level, and it is not easy, because um, you can be allowed to that after several stages,
Mm.
and she could do that. And so
Congratulations to you.
Yeah, this story really inspired me to continue working
Yeah.
with them to
Ye-
help them achieve their goals.
Yeah. I mean, I think even if one person's life has improved because of your efforts, that's amazing, right?
Yes.
That's amazing. I mean, that your job's done. So, Mutriba, tell us, what is one book we should read that'll help us have different perspectives and be better human beings?
I can recommend the book Geek Girls Are Chic.
Hmm.
It's about the growth hacking, career
Mm-hmm.
hacks, and personal tips about taking the risk, be ready for changes, how to achieve their life goals. And I like one quotation from the book that says, when you say knowledge is power, it's about yesterday. Because today, the sharing of the knowledge is power. And I
Mm,
like this.
that's cool.
Yeah.
That is absolutely right, right? Like the hierarchical system doesn't apply anymore, and we need new value system, right? Yeah, I love that. Um, Last question, Mutriba. What should we be working on with a lot of intention and care and thought and planning this coming year?
Yeah, we should put the efforts on digital hygiene,
Mm,
educating the people on this. And
mm,
last year, 2020, we talked enough about the personal hygiene,
mm,
washing our hands, and or we talked about the social distancing, yeah, wearing the mask. And today, every person knows these rules.
yeah,
So now I think it is time to have the similar rules for digital hygiene. For example, like using the strong passwords, not sharing the personal data, or
yeah.
keeping safe the profile. Be careful with the strength
Interesting.
in the internet, and we have to work on this strategy as never before because
Yeah. Everybody's online, or
we
so many more.
forms us to the digital world and
Mm.
internet more often than the previous years.
Yeah, I love that. Because that's how we stay safe and we don't have a COVID like situation in the digital world. I don't know what that would be like. Um, but Mutriba, thank you so much for sharing all of the secrets of leading a huge army of volunteers and driving real change in a very short period of time. And I think it's really credit to your ability to share power, to motivate and inspire people. And I can't wait to see what your girls create and make and lead every year. So thank you for all what you do.
Thank you so much again that you invite me for this interview. And I want to say that I'm really proud to be Technovation. I like the recent trend in the social media you posted. I am Technovation, and I can say that I'm Technovation not only because I'm engaged with the Technovation program. I believe that Technovation is everything about technology, innovation, and the girls. And everything I do, all the initiatives that I was engaged in, it's everything about technology, and we're provided to the girls. And I'm really proud of this.
Thank you, Mutriba. That is beautiful. Um, so to those, thank you for tuning in. And next week we will actually interview Katie Z from Tech Women, who is doing similar things but engaging women as they are in their professional workspace. So looking forward to that. Thank you, everyone.
I know Katie Z personally. Tech Woman is was the life changing program for me. Really, I
And
love.
for us, right? Because that's how we got you. So
Yeah, yeah. Anna Simpson, and when we were, when I have my mentorship program, she provided all the information about the program Technovation, and she
it's a
inspired
small
us.
family. All
Yeah.
right. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.